Now, if you're planning a trip to Sydney's Powerhouse Museum, you might be feeling confused about where exactly you're meant to go. The Ultimo site was recently closed for renovations, and a new museum at Parramatta isn't due to open for at least another 18 months.
But there is another option. Well, today a new Powerhouse storage facility in the city's northwest opens to the public. Our reporter Ruby Cornish got a behind-the-scenes tour.
If organising your wardrobe is a daunting prospect, imagine being tasked with finding a workable way to label, store and access 500,000 vastly different objects.
We had about 338,000 objects that were in storage at Ultimo, which have moved out here.
And there are more on the way. The Powerhouse Museum is consolidating its massive collection in this brand new building at Castle Hill in the city's northwest, where humidity, light and temperature are carefully regulated and handling is kept to a minimum.
10,000 touches. That's what they say an object's life has. It's about being able to see the objects, research the objects, provide access to the objects, but not necessarily have to touch them all the time.
The $44 million architect-designed precinct is more than just a storage facility. Starting today, the public's being invited in too.
We'll have a program of family days. You'll be able to see the collection in a whole range of new ways. You'll be able to see collection objects that have never been shown before, alongside learning programs, workshops, exhibitions.
For now, the Castle Hill site is the only option for those wanting a taste of the Powerhouse. The Ultimo site recently closed for a 3-year renovation, and a new museum in Parramatta isn't slated to open until late next year. The storage site's distance from the CBD and limited public transport have some worried it's too out of the way. One space it's hoped will serve as a very large drawcard is this historic assortment of very large objects.
We're looking at some damaged piece of metal. What is this?
It's actually a piece of a section from the Sydney Harbour Bridge. All of these beams were subjected to various stress testing, tested to destruction, and that's how we know the bridge will stand up.
This autogyro from the 1930s looks like a plane, but was actually a forerunner to the helicopter.
It's been a favourite, you know, because it's an extraordinary looking aircraft and I guess part of the story of the development of the helicopter.
And one of only a few in the world, I understand.
I think there's only 8 of these particular models left in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
This automobile from 1917 is one of the earliest iterations of an electric car. And it's sitting in this incredibly well-lit photography studio called a cyclorama. It's one of the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere. This platform can hold objects up to 4 tonnes, and it's being used to digitise hundreds of thousands of precious objects,
giving them a second life online for art, science and history lovers. Ruby Cornish, ABC News.